We are beginning Science Chapter 6 today, titled The Atmosphere. As always, you can click on the different sections to get to where you need to go to make life easier, or you can simply scroll through from slide to slide, such as this. This shows you the 4 sections, so today we'll be talking about characteristics of the atmosphere. The songs and the raps are at the beginning. I highly encourage you to go back and listen to these songs. They will help you learn the different layers of the atmosphere and the material that we're talking about in this section. So if you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not getting all of the learning that you need. So please go back. All right, so Lesson 6.1, Characteristics of the Atmosphere. We have 4 objectives today. You should be able to do the following by the end of the lesson. Describe the composition of Earth's atmosphere. Explain why air pressure changes with altitude. Explain how temperature changes with atmospheric composition. And describe the layers of the atmosphere. Okay, there are 2 videos on the next 2 slides that you're going to come back and you're going to watch. Here is the first and here is the second. So the first objective dealt with composition of the atmosphere. So if you'll take a look at this pie graph, nitrogen is the most common atmospheric gas at 78%, and it's released when dead plants and animals break down, or also when volcanoes erupt. Oxygen is our second most common atmospheric gas at 21%. It is made by phytoplankton and by plants. And this remaining 1% of our atmosphere is made up of various gases such as argon, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and there are others thrown in there as well. So, nitrogen is the number 1 gas in our atmosphere, with oxygen being second at 21%. Okay, we know that the atmosphere is held around the Earth by Earth's gravity. Gravity pulls gas molecules in the atmosphere toward the Earth's surface, and this is what causes air pressure. Think about it, it's pressing down, so air pressure. As altitude increases, air pressure decreases. So as you go up, the air pressure goes down. Air temperature decreases as altitude increases. So just the opposite here. As you go up in altitude, air temperature goes down. So it's not the opposite, it's the same. As altitude goes up, the air pressure and the air temperature go down. So lower parts of the atmosphere are warmer because they contain a higher percentage of gases that absorb solar energy. And that, of course, is energy from the sun. Please come back and watch the study jam on Earth's atmosphere. And this shows you the layers of the atmosphere, of which you will have an EN page that you will have to complete. So, this is what I mean by going back and listening to the song, because it will help you learn these layers. So the closest is the troposphere, then the stratosphere, the mesosphere, and the thermosphere. The thermosphere is divided into the ionosphere and exosphere, and that's not listed on here, yet is another reason why you need to go back and listen to the song. So the troposphere, the one closest to the Earth. This is the layer in which we live. The lowest layer of the atmosphere, it lies next to Earth's surface. This is the troposphere. Moving up, we have the stratosphere. This is the home of the ozone layer. So the atmosphere above the troposphere is the stratosphere. Troposphere, stratosphere. In the middle, we have the mesosphere, the middle layer. It is also the coldest layer of the atmosphere. So it alternates from cold to hot to cold to hot to cold to hot, goes back and forth. But the mesosphere is the coldest. So troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere. Then we have the thermosphere. This is the edge of the atmosphere. So it is the uppermost atmospheric layer. And it divides into two different parts. The ionosphere, which is home of the auroras, the northern lights. Okay, so it's the upper part of the mesosphere and the lower of the thermosphere. Nitrogen and oxygen atoms absorb harmful solar energy. And then it's divided into, so your book has the thermosphere and the ionosphere. Ionosphere is being totally different. But most people accept the thermosphere as being divided into the ionosphere and the exosphere. And think of that as exiting our atmosphere, so you're exiting into space. So you're going to go back and watch a brain pop through ClassLink on the Earth's atmosphere, complete that quiz. And this will be the end of Lesson 6-1. You will watch the Bill Nye that's on the following slide later. You do not watch the Bill Nye today. So let me show you the Bill Nye. So don't watch this today. You'll come back and watch it later. And the next time we will talk about atmospheric heating. Since I have a couple of minutes left, I want to let you listen to the one song that will help you learn what we just talked about.
Yo, it's Mr. Lee from William Pender Hughes Elementary Middle School, number 28, Baltimore, MD. Throwing it down from my 601 Earth Science class. Now, some of y'all be saying that Mr. Lee's class is so boring. Well, how do you like this? Check it. It's Mr. Lee the MC. Some of y'all might think that Mr. Lee is whack, thinking he can teach us science with a rap. I might do what I do, get you ready for the test. You ain't gotta be smart, you just gotta do your best. So here we go, here's my song about the atmosphere. It's made up of layers like Britney Spears. In the winter when she's singing and it's cold outside. Get ready for the song, cause he's going for
Okay, here's what you need.
is where all the weather on this earth occurs. Like the rain falling down on the roof, the snow on the road. You know how that goes. Slipping and sliding so much the school's closed. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, thermosphere divided to ionosphere and exosphere. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, thermosphere divided to ionosphere and exosphere. Troposphere, stratosphere.
All right, so please go back and listen to that song so you can learn the layers of the atmosphere, and you won't even have to think about it because it'll just naturally come to you.